Why hello everybody, Spencer here, also known as Lego Dude 11, and in today's video, this is my Ahsoka Season 1 spoiler review, so without further ado, let's discuss. Alright, so without further ado, as I just said, this is a spoiler review for the Ahsoka, potentially Season 1. So there are going to be spoilers, so get out right now. So I have up Ahsoka on my TV, as you can see. If you can't see it, I do apologize. However, I keep mentioning that this is Season 1. This is very much, this series ends off on a big cliffhanger. I don't know if I say big, but a cliffhanger, nonetheless. And it's very, oh my gosh, I have thoughts. So I'll get on to the finale later, but there might be a Season 2, I don't know when. I'm just very baffled by what Star Wars is doing at this point in time. It's very confusing. Now, you could say the same for Marvel, but anyway, let me just kick off the soundtrack, the score. Done by Kevin Kiner, who you don't know actually did Clone Wars and Rebels. Two shows I think are great. This show basically is Rebels, Star Wars Rebels Season 5. I'm a big fan of the Clone Wars show, of Rebels, because I binge-watched Rebels after the terrible ending to Bad Batch Season 2. Yes, I don't like that show. I didn't think it was as good as Clone Wars, to be quite honest. I liked the animation, I just thought, eh. And then I binge-watched Rebels before this, in light of this season coming out, and I love that. And the score that Kevin Kiner brings to this show, continuing from his realm from Rebels and Clone Wars, it's beautiful. It has that John Williams-esqueness to it, and I love that. So hearing that in this show is just phenomenal. Beautiful moments, motifs, and everything. It works really, really nicely to fit. The story and plot in this is simple. It's more or less simple. It's basically, it's Ahsoka's show, but like I mentioned, it's Rebels Season 5. And there's one tiny issue I have with the show, well, okay, besides the last ending, is really the fact that Zeb's not here. And there's two thoughts I have. Either they're saving him for Season 2, they're saving him for the dumb Mandalorian team-up movie, or because he was in Mando Season 3, which, I don't know. I'm really baffled by why he wasn't here, because he's a part of Rebels. And they kind of explain where he is, I think once, like, where's Zeb? Oh, he's doing this, and it was like, kind of like, oh, yeah, that was what he was doing in Mando Season 3, but other than that, I'm kind of disappointed. So the story is that Ezra's gone, and they're going to find him. Ahsoka joined again with Sabine, but there's a couple things I want to mention. So this series dropped with the first two episodes at once, and I thought they were great. And in the first two episodes, well, I don't know, it was just like the first one, like was like 50 minutes or like an hour long, and you see Clancy Brown playing his same character from Rebels in this show, which was awesome. I think it was the dad of Sabine, and I forget his name. Like a ruler of the town, not king, not prince. I can't remember what his name. Not king, not something. And then so we see him, which was great, doing a little like ceremony type thing for Sabine, and then she's gone doing her own rigmarole stuff. So that's great. The acting in this show is very confusing. We get a Mary Elizabeth Winstead playing Hera, which I thought was great casting. People hated on her. Some people like her. I liked her in the role. You know, I liked the actress, and I think it was a nice take on the character, her playing it. There was some weird acting. Like, some people were like, oh, Ahsoka's just doing, like cross arms all the time. Or she's always mad. Sabine's always mad. They hate each other. It's like, yeah, but there's some growth there. This is the story that Dave Filoni wanted to tell. I think the ending was bonkers. I'll get to that later. So, there's villains in here as well. Cameos I'm going to mention. Hera has her son in here. I'm trying to think of other things. We get the villains. We get Rey Stevenson as one of the Jedi, or one of the Sith. There's another villain. There's another Sith villain. I think Rey Stevenson brings some great acting. He's great, as everybody says. He's has some great lightsaber fights in there. There's the other woman Sith There's another Sith in the helmet that gets destroyed later in another lightsaber battle that's just turned to smoke. He was kind of menacing. Well, I shouldn't say menacing. We didn't see his face, but he was kind of cool to see. Interesting. And then we get the woman. I don't know. She looked interesting. Is that another word I can use? The same word I've been using before. Anyway, she's there, and she's I don't know how to describe her. She's just there to be there. It really felt like she was there to be there. I felt like Ray Stevenson's character was much more like focused than the woman, because by the end I thought she had nothing. Like by the finale, she had nothing. Like she's there. I'm sorry. I gotta in the finale. I feel like I'm just skipping ahead. It's so bad. Anyway, the cameos. There's like 2 cameos I think this season. Well, Zeb wasn't a cameo, so that's sad. The only one I can think of, I wrote cameos down because there was one big cameo that I was really happy. Oh, so we see Ezra. Can I just skip this whole show? This show was all over the place. Not really. So we get Thrawn as our first, I think, cameo. Like, oh my gosh, he's here. Like after like 6 episodes, or like when the show was like Thrawn in the promos, Thrawn. Oh yeah, finally in the 6th episode we get Thrawn. So yeah, he shows up finally, and then we get a cameo from or not cameo, but we finally see Ezra. So he's back. Did some great acting by whoever it is. I didn't look him up. Sorry. Whoever played Ezra, that was good. And there's other cameos I'm going to mention. There was C-3PO in the penultimate episode, which I really liked. Some people thought it was just a cash grab. I really just thought it was like a stupid cameo. But C-3PO is in Rebels, so in my opinion, it really makes like logical sense to see him, because if he wasn't there, it wouldn't have made the show good or bad. Better or worse, it just would have meant that, in my opinion, I thought seeing him as like awesome. It made logical sense for the story narrative to include him instead of another character, instead of Princess Leia, because we could have had Princess Leia, but seeing him instead of like de-aged Princess Leia or AI, it made so much more logical sense in that way, because he's been in Rebels before. If it was just there's one of the legacy characters, which he is a legacy character, but he's also been in Rebels, so I thought that made a lot of sense. So the other one, there was the Anakin episode, which was a really great episode. I think that people were complaining about the de-aging of Anakin. He was a Force ghost, or I think it was just a Force ghost in the end. But when we saw Anakin, he was de-aged. People hated on it. Whatever. It looked fine to me. There were some nitpicks, yes, but I'm disregarding that. So, the cameo, I keep saying the word cameo. So Anakin episode, like there's a bunch of flashbacks in the Clone Wars, which I thought was really cool. Then we'd see young Ahsoka, and there's thoughts I have on this episode that are great. People might go, "Ew, what are we doing?" But I really like. Some people don't like the war between worlds thing. I just thought it was cool to see the flashbacks and young Ahsoka in her outfit. And not only that, the actress playing young Ahsoka was the girl who played young Gamora, and was just in Barbie, and in that 65 movie with Kylo Ren's actor Adam Driver, that I actually thought wasn't that bad. Like, it was kind of cheesy, so I thought it was cool to see her in this playing young Ahsoka. What can I say? So another role for her, because it's Disney. She was in Infinity War as young Ahsoka, so young Gamora, not Ahsoka. So good for her. Other thing, so we see that. And then the fight between Ahsoka and Anakin was very good. I liked it. I liked the choreography. The choreography in this show was spot on. And the lightsaber fights with Ray Stevenson, with Anakin and Ahsoka, and everything in this show with the other Sith, it really, 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 really worked for me. And before I forget, the ship chase in episode 3 was like this, like 10, 15 minutes. I forget how long it was, like almost half the episode. I want to rewatch that again, because that was one of my favorite moments of this season. One of with the woman and all 3 of the Sith flying around with Ray Stevenson and the other girl and the masked Sith flying around chasing. I think it was Huang. Huang is David Tennant is Huang. Before I forget, oh my gosh, almost forgot that one. David Tennant has 3 shows this year. Good Omens season 2. This as Huang. And Doctor Who is returning with David Tennant. Oh, I can't wait for that. And David Tennant kills it as Huang. I love him so much. Mwah. So, David Tennant's my guy. 10th Doctor, let's go. I can't wait to see him again returning. Huang and Ahsoka, and I think, was it Sabine were all on this ship? Doing the ship chase. One of the greatest moments from in episode 3 from the season. So I'm just going to skip forward to the finale, because why the hell not? The Thrawn's plan is to get back and he has a bunch of stormtroopers. There was one like golden masked stormtrooper that looked like a really cool character. It was just there. And the Night Sisters were there from I think Clone Wars and Rebels, who was with Thrawn in the show in Rebels. But they were there, they were menacing, and Morgan, the one of the mothers, or there was the grandmothers, the mother's night, I don't know. And the Morgan, who was in Mandalorian Season 2 with Ahsoka, she was there. She became, like, demented, a demon. I don't know what to say. A Night Sister. She officially became a Night Sister. And she's fighting Ahsoka in the end. Really like that fight. Thrawn has this plan to do something with light speed. No, not something with light speed. He's getting back. I don't know where he's going. He went to Dathomir in the end. And so he has this grand plan, because he's Grand Admiral Thrawn, so he has a grand plan. It makes sense. Then, in the finale, we get this fight between, obviously, Morgan and Ahsoka. They're there, or they find Ezra, right? They're on this planet from using light speed from stuff. Anyway, just go watch this show. I'm not going to explain every single detail for you. But anyway, we're on the finale, and we have, they're trying to get on the ship to go back to the real world, because they're in light speed. They went to find Ezra, so now they're going back home to their galaxy. They're in another galaxy from using light speed. And Ezra, all three of them, four, I guess, Huang, Ahsoka, Sabine, and Ezra, try to get on the ship to go back home where Thrawn is. So in light of it, they're shooting all sorts of stormtroopers, or the night troopers as they call them. They look so sick. And I'm loving this moment because they're all, Sabine, Ezra, and Ahsoka, are all using their different colored lightsabers, battling all over the place. And I'm watching this going, this is awesome. This is awesome. And then she's fighting Morgan. Ahsoka's fighting Morgan. I'm like, this is awesome, right? Ezra gets on the ship. They use the Force. Sabine's like, I'll use the Force and I'll get you up there. And I'm like, great. This is awesome. They're gonna leave. Ahsoka's fighting some stormtroopers, night troopers, Morgan, and all of a sudden, the next thing I know, like in split 5 seconds, I go, what the hell happened? Like, Sabine goes to help Ahsoka. Ezra leaves, and Ahsoka and Sabine, I keep forgetting names, rush out on top of the rising ship, because their ship it was destroyed from Sabine getting blown up by TIE fighters. That's what happened earlier in the episodes. TIE fighters came in and blew up the ship. So now Huang was fixing it. It's now fixed. They fly off into the hyperspace ring, and they fly off, or Thrawn's like, you can't catch me, because Ezra's on the ship where Thrawn is. So he leaves. They don't make it. Huang, they're in the Rebel ship, the ship from Rebels, I don't know what it's called. Huang, Ahsoka, and Sabine are stranded in the other galaxy. They didn't make it. They didn't make the hyperspace jump. I don't know how they were going to, because they weren't attached to the ring. I don't know what their plan was. I was just so dumbstruck. I'm like, what? You're left there? Like what? Okay, there's two theories I have here. Two random thoughts. Either Ahsoka was going to be left there by herself, because Sabine almost went, but now they're both there with Huang, which I love him to death. But, and then in the end moment, Ahsoka's like, yeah, Ezra's home now. He's where he needs to be. We're where we need to be. I'm like, you are? The whole point of this show was to get Ezra back, go home, be reignited with your Rebels family. I'm just so confused. And then you pan over, and you see Anakin's Force Ghost sitting there, and just like, do-do-do-do-do-do. It's not like the Star Wars music, but it's like some closure, Kevin Kiner music. Very nice, and then it closes out with that. I'm like, that was it? Dave, I don't know what you're thinking. Dave Filoni, I don't know what you're thinking, but you kind of disappointed me a little bit. I was going to give this show like an 8.5. I'm probably still going to give it an 8 out of 10. It didn't weaken my review or my final rating, but I'm just very confused by why they were left there. And I'm watching it, like, I just sat there at the end going, So they're gonna make a season 2, like the exact same, almost the exact same plot line. So Thrawn got away. They're gonna, like, Ezra and Hera are gonna go find them. I'm just so confused. And honestly, I love Marvel. Like, I love watching what Marvel's doing, but Star Wars is really frustrating me because I cannot bother sitting down to watch Mando season 4 if they do make it. And this movie that they keep teasing, like this big epic movie where we're going to take down Thrawn, I don't know how I can get excited about it even after this. I really don't. My Ahsoka season 1 review score final rating is 8 out of 10. I'm not giving it an 8.5 for that lazy, or not, I shouldn't say lazy, for that weird ending. This show is not as bad as Secret Invasion, but I am slightly confused by what they did. I was like, oh, great, this is how it's going to go, and then all of a sudden it's like, wait, you did what? I don't, it was like a complete 180, 360 something. I don't know what it was. But yeah, that's what I thought. I liked the moments, ship battle, or ship chase, lightsaber fights, costumes, choreography, everything, up until like the last 5 seconds of this show. It wasn't literally the 5 seconds, but the finale turned out pretty good. I mean, it wasn't like the Secret Invasion's finale. I was loving it until it was just like a, wait, you're left there? What? I don't know. I don't know what they could have done differently because it was so close yet so far. But I just don't know what they, like, it seems like they're, oh no, now they have to be saved in season 2. So I don't. Do you have any thoughts? If you watch the series, do you agree with me? Do you not agree? Did you like where they left off? Do you care about season 2? Do you feel how I feel? Do you not care about Mando season 4, Ahsoka season 2? Did you not watch the series at all? Were you just mad at all entirely about the series? I don't know. I'd like to know because I'm just confused. So anyway, don't forget to leave a like. By the way, Loki, I'm so pumped for that one. I hope it doesn't disappoint me as much as Secret Invasion or this one. I hope it doesn't confuse me at all. I hope I love it the most because I love season 1. So don't forget to stay tuned for Loki stuff after it ends, after Loki's season 1 ends. Or season 2 ends, my god. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, follow me. Don't forget to keep calm. Peace out, play Lego, and watch stuff. See you guys in the next video. Peace out, everyone. Bye.